Hey guys, what's up? Sean Muray here in the Keys, checking things out down here at a contest, and going to tell you about my new Hyperlite Pro model. It's called the Muray because, well, they let us design it. First thing you notice when you walk up to a board is the graphics, and well, you'll notice on my boards this year it's got an X on all of them. What that means, it's a Roman numeral 10. I've been riding for Hyperlite for over 11 years, and this is my actual 10th Pro model, so Roman numeral 10. Simple. You know, I kind of like going along with the simple is better this year. On the bottom, you see some of the graphics. What riding is about to me, it's about a feeling, and you can kind of go on there and check out what I wrote on all the different boards. Different sizes have different things about what riding is to me and why I ride. It's pretty cool. Hyperlite lets us do that, what we want as far as how the board looks with our graphics. They also let us do with what we want in the design. This year I went with a 133, that's centimeters measured tip to tail, a 138 and a 142. No right or wrong as far as size goes. I generally tell people go the bigger the better, as long as it doesn't feel like it's gigantic. Most of the time I ride a 138. Last few months I've been riding a 133. So, like I said, it's personal preference. Something else you're going to notice that makes a difference in how a board rides is the rocker. Rocker is how much a board is bent. You can look at this board, it's got quite a bit of rocker. What this has is called continuous rocker. What that means is from the tip to the tail, the board has got one smooth rocker line. There's no flat spot in it. I've gone with continuous rocker in all my Pro models because I really feel that gives you a real predictable pop, smooth landings, and just an overall smooth ride. I like to snowboard, and I kind of feel like this board gives you that similar feeling. Something you're also going to notice on this board, on the bottom, you've got molded in fins and a fin that you can remove. I generally ride my board with a 0.7-inch fin in the middle and these molded in fins. This year the molded in fins got a little bit smaller, but the board got a pound lighter because of that. It's not because of the molded in fins, but because of the bottom material they use, they dropped a pound. So we've got a lighter board this year. I added a grab rail, very nice. Not only so when you're just walking down the dock you can hold it, but more importantly when you're doing your grabs, which you should be doing, right? It feels really good when you're actually grabbing onto the board. You don't want to be losing your grabs, you know, and being made fun of by your friends. You didn't even hold on to that grab, man. What's up? I've got these things on the bottom here without explaining too much. What this allows, it allows you to have a real smooth landing, but still some aggressive carving. The very center of the board has got the highest point. So when it lands, it hits like a spoon. It sends water out in every direction. The only problem is if you don't have these, the board kind of doesn't carve around. It lands smoothly, but it doesn't carve around. So we added all these edges, and it allows you to carve aggressively and not sacrifice some hard landings for you. You get really smooth landings out of it. Something else you might be interested in, how many times you've been bummed because you got a board that goes and takes a chunk out of the side because you dropped it, you hit on something, whether it be a slider or whatever. What they've added into these boards, into my board this year, is an ABS sidewall. That is a very durable edge along this whole thing, which means that if anything hits it, it's going to be a lot less prone to having any damage. So it's going to protect your investment. I've got a concave deck on the top. What that does is when you set the binding on the top, you'll notice that it doesn't touch the center of the board. So when you screw the binding down, it actually cups the binding down into the board. That just means that you're going to have real good contact on your heel and toe. So the board's real responsive when you're carving heel side, toe side, cutting in the wake, whatever you're doing. And that's something that a lot of the boards have this year, and I really wanted them to have it on my board. So that's my board. Dig it. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about my handle, but I'm pretty pumped on the shape that came out. They asked me, hey, what do you want to do with your rope this year? I said, I want to try some different designs. I don't want just a normal bar or a little bend here and there. I actually wanted a square. I thought, give it a shot. First couple we tried on their side, so it was kind of a flat box, and then some we went with the diamond shape. I ended up going with the diamond shape because it felt good in my hand. I noticed, well, my hands aren't necessarily round at my knuckles, but they actually fit right, the corners fit right in the creases of my fingers. It feels great. You got to go grab it to know what I'm talking about. Rope length that I ride, people are curious. I ride 85 feet most of the time. I suggest everybody staying out on a longer rope, 70 feet. I know everybody thinks, okay, well, I don't want to get into a big instructional piece. That's on a different video. So check that out. But yeah, the new handle, it's tight. Oh! Now to talk about my binding, the closed toe. We've got 2 closed toe bindings in the Hyperlite line, and well, there's been a lot of hype behind them, no pun intended. But people have thought, hey, it's going to be awesome. Some people thought it's not going to be awesome. You really can't say anything until you try it. This closed toe concept, I was a little bit skeptical when I first saw it, but when I put my foot in the binding, kind of all those thoughts were gone. Few things you're going to notice just from the closed toe. You have a lot more control. Your foot is a part of the binding that much more. You don't really add weight. I've heard people say you're going to add weight to the binding. That's really not a concern with adding that much material. And if you're riding in anything that's cold, your feet stay way warmer in these things. Drain holes in the bottom, the water doesn't stay in there. And I went with the BOA system again on this, and it's actually integrated into the Option 2 strap. So when you tighten this down, hear that? That's an awesome sound bite for you there. It actually pulls the Option 2 strap while tightening around your ankle. Once you get that cinched, you can pull on this, and that pulls the bottom together. So your foot is locked in. Heel lift is a concern with people, but this Option 2 strap integrated with the BOA system really takes care of a lot of that. Added some faux suede with some green highlights, accents and stuff in there. Really happy with how this came out. You'll see this emblem on the back. Actually on my board there's a little raised metal logo that's on my board, and here's this little small representation right here. Inside the sock, or inside the boot, forgive me, is actually a neoprene sock. So your foot is not touching any of this stuff. It's actually nice and cozy and a nice warm boot. I do suggest any kind of bindings you get, whether it be this or anything else, use some sort of binding slime. Wear and tear on your bindings happens not from riding, but actually from putting them on. That's when you break pieces, break string. So make sure that you're really using something to get in and out of your bindings. Yeah, like I said, for anybody who has any doubts on this, just try it on. If you don't like it, then hey, you don't gotta get it, but you probably will.
Hey guys, what's up? Sean Muray here. Just want to go over some of the features of my 2012 board, but I came out real early with it just because I'm progressive like that. I got floating magnets, hydraulic systems, pulleys and levers, lots of different measurement systems, calipers, NASDAQ, Dow Jones. Yeah, it's awesome.